Previously on Lost.
Saeed is trying to get the transceiver to work off camera, like someone takes a stick, you don't see who it is, and hits him on the back of the head. And then that's when the plane goes down. So Claire's baby is born pretty much around the same time that Boone is dead or dies. He tells Kate, I'm going to go. And she's like, where are you going? He's like, to find John Locke. This video is Lost Part 20. It is an episode dedicated or about Saeed. And it is the episode entitled For the Greater Good. At the very beginning of the episode, Shannon is in a cave with Boone's body, and she's just kind of sitting there kneeling next to him and kind of being quiet and somber and very sad. And Saeed comes along and is like, Son said that he knew what was happening to him and that he wouldn't let Jack take his leg because he didn't want to use up all the antibiotics. He was very brave. And so he's basically telling her, he died for the greater good, because so that other people will have medicine. It wasn't worth it to save his life and use all the medicine that they had on the island. Saeed asks Shannon, is there anything I can do for you, Shannon? Perhaps you'd like another picnic. No, he doesn't say that. But she's just quiet because she's really sad. In the jungle, Jack has been looking for Locke. And Kate tracks him down. And she says, you're exhausted, you need rest. And he's like, I'm not going to rest, Kate. Just, stand back. Go make out with Sawyer again or something. And they argue a little bit, and then he eventually agrees to go back to camp. Okay, this is Saeed's flashback. We don't know why, but he was at the London airport, whatever it's called, but an airport in London, and two military men take him back to an office where some woman from, I think it's the CIA, and some British guy with big ears tell him, the reason that we picked you out of the airport was because you know a terrorist and you're going to help us. And he's like, why would I help you? The woman shows him a picture of Nadia. And this is several years after he left the Republican Guard. And she's like, you'll help us find the terrorist, because she explains to him that the terrorist that they're looking for happens to be Saeed's old roommate from back when he was at a university or something like that. And she's like, we know where to find her. So if you want to find her, you'll help us find the terrorist. Back on the island, everyone is gathering around all the survivors of the crash. Of course, I only have most of the cast here, not every single one of them. I think I'm missing Jin somewhere. But anyways, he's there. All of the other people are kind of in behind them. And they're going to take Boone and put him in a grave. This looks like dirt. It's actually out on this nice little grassy area. And Shannon's really upset, and Saeed's trying to console her. And they say a few nice words about Boone, and then all of a sudden, Locke doesn't have quite a big a head as that. But anyways, he walks up and says, it was an accident. There was a plane. Boone got in. My leg was hurt, and it fell and it crashed. I lied about how the accident happened. I'm sorry. Jack attacks Locke and starts punching the hell out of him. And he's like, where were you? Why did you lie? So they're fighting, and I think it was Michael and Sawyer that had to, break up the fight. Kate tells Jack that he needs rest. He's been up all night, and ever since Boone died, and been out searching the jungle for Locke. And he's like, no, Kate, I'm fine. I'm a doctor. Leave me alone. And she's like, you need rest because you look like hell. She offers him juice from, I don't know, some fruit on the island or something somewhere. They're in, her tent or whatever the hell. He drinks it, and it's really laced with sleeping pills. He passes out. So before Kate drugged him, Jack was trying to tell everyone that, when he was in the fight with Locke, that he thinks that Locke is hiding something. And Saeed says, why would you think that? And he says, well, before Boone died, he mentioned a plane and something about a hatch. Shannon is sitting out at the beach after the funeral, and Locke comes along and brings Boone's backpack and says, this was his. I didn't go through it. It's yours if you want it. And she's like, thank you. And he's like, I hope you can forgive me for, basically causing your brother's death. Shannon goes to find Saeed, and he's like, Shannon, what are you doing here? You should be resting. I'll jump your bones later when you're feeling much better. No, he doesn't say that, but she's like, you asked me if you could do anything for me. She's like, John Locke is the reason that my brother died. Could you do something about that? Saeed goes to find Locke, and he says, we're going to go on a little trip, John. Locke's like, okay, so where are we going to go? And he's like, you're going to take me to the plane. Shannon tells me that there was a radio in it. Perhaps there are some things in there that I can use to make, like some electronic stuff.